Kapita ji, what suggestion do you have for Indian teachers to work on neurodiversity in classrooms?
Okay, that's a good question because this is the need of the hour. The way we are looking at the numbers, the prevalence of these conditions which come under the category of neurodivergent students or neurodiversity, it is important that we train our teachers in the right way and we help them understand, the way these individuals can perform and be at par or somewhere close to the other students of the class. So to begin with, I would say that it is important that, they have to shape their thoughts. They have to change their perspectives. Generally seen that, assumed incompetence is prevailing everywhere. The minute they get to see a neurodivergent student, he cannot do anything. He may not sit. He may run around. So these are the assumed incompetence which we need to work very hard. Then identify the strengths. Always work on the strengths. And as I said earlier, equity-based solutions. Provide all the equity-based solutions for difficulties or deficits. It will never be a partiality to other students. Equity can help them, get to where we want them to. So equity or adaptations. Students should be accepted, cared for, and then given a task of experiment unconditionally. Generally, what happens is that, we work on the operant conditioning, we work on applied behavior analysis, etc. But let's not do that. You accept the individual and then you work towards it unconditionally. Then always address the neurodivergent student by the name, even while giving a group instruction. So this student will feel important that I have been asked to do this. It makes a lot of difference. When I was teaching in a classroom, it was really nice. It was a class of some 30 odd students and there was a boy called Ram. If I would take his name, he would really come forward and do his task very fast. So it is important that we give that much of importance to these individuals. Then another thing that works is find a neurotypical buddy and give others also a chance for these neurodivergent students. And generally, this is my observation and experience that the neurotypical students, when they are in the school age, the early years of schooling, they are quite, flexible and good, provided you tell them in such a way that, this guy can give you lots of results and you will also learn from him or her. So that is another thing that we can do it. Another thing I would like to tell the teachers is use the higher order of learning while questioning a neurodivergent student. I'm basically talking about the Bloom's taxonomy, where generally we provide the knowledge, we expect them to comprehend, then we go into the evaluation, analysis, synthesis, etc. So we follow that. We do not jump into the analysis and synthesis level. And of course, follow the principles of UDL, which is Universal Design of Learning. It should be used to present, express, and assess the learning. Again, this can also happen with the help of the assistive devices, and lots of things are there with respect to technology-based interventions. And, the tinkering projects is another one where we have to do experiments. Lots of experiments can be done. So we have to see what best can happen while we are using a different methodology by using these principles of universal design of learning. So I was talking about the small tinkering projects. It is generally a group-based work, and generally it is developed. It should be developed for the strengths of that particular individual who is a neurodivergent. Keep that in mind, create the project for that student, and involve other students as well. This is to begin with. Then we can slowly bring in the strength of other students also, and then we see that how this person can perform. Another thing, include all the students in planning also. When you are having the projects or when you are having a day itself, include the students in planning and do the peer review. It's important that we have these tiny tinkering projects. Then if it is a group of 6 or 5, have a review also. Ask each student for the performance of the other students and see for yourself how they take it. So the other things like, soft skills, taking criticism, and, waiting for their own turn, and all these things also come simultaneously when we do such things. So this is how we should do the peer review also. Then schedule a day with precision and inform the students in advance. Many students, especially students who have autism, and even persons who are having attention deficit hyperactive disorder, etc., they like things being done in advance or told them in advance. So schedule a task and inform them. Then one very important thing that I feel that all the teachers should do is to create a very safe environment for all. Learning gets affected in a hostile environment. So there shouldn't be any bullying. There shouldn't be any, bad remarks or just even giggling and things like that. So it is important that we instruct all the students that these are the set norms. While we are working, while we are in the classroom, we have to follow these rules. And why? That can be told to the normal, regular students. Because that is another thing that we have to work towards is the psychological, effect on these neurodivergent students. If bullying happens or people are laughing at them or any of such things, somebody is hitting or somebody is ignoring, the self-esteem goes down. So we shouldn't work we should work towards it, that provide a very safe environment to all the students. I remember one more incident. It was told to me by a parent that, her child was in class 3. Once he had hit his class teacher. He was asked to leave the school. And this student, after some 5 or 6 years, when he was more verbal, more expressive, he told his mom that my teacher had told the other 2 students that don't go to him and play with him. So just imagine that how much hurt he was. So these are some of the things that when the teachers are trained, thoughtful, compassionate, empathetic, they can do wonderful things. But if they don't have those things, then things can go haywire. The students are asked to leave the school, they become the dropouts, and then we have huge number of neurodivergents who never received what they deserve to.
Thank you very much, Kavita ji. It's very, very actually. Thank you. Thanks a lot.